Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you another episode, Coffee with Coach. Hope you're all doing well. Got the mind in the right place. If not, as always, let's put in the right place. So, going through my normal routine as always, and I came across a really good video this morning with Ed Milet. It's been a minute since I listened to Ed Milet. For a while there, I was listening to him like on a daily basis, and then it just depends on what else comes across my feed, and I'll listen to that for a while. But Ed Milet's a very powerful individual, a very positive, uplifting individual. And if you haven't checked him out yet, you should. He's got some really good content, really good stuff. If you're trying to change your mindset and the way you think and the way you want to live and believe and everything else, it's really good, really good stuff for the mind and for the soul and everything else. So as always, these episodes are to bring good things to you. So let's bring them. Today's topic that I found that I got from him was the transfer of energy, okay? And he was talking about all these different things with the transfer of energy. Like basically, if you want good things to come into your life, good things to happen to you or for you, you got to have this good energy about you. And if you don't, it'd be really hard to kind of bring certain things into your life, people, whatever, that's going to be good for you. It'll probably be bad because of the negative energy that you're putting out. It's just not a good thing or a good look or whatever. It's not going to do any, there's no benefit to it. So, what he said is, people need to feel, like the belief in your words, like the way you talk about yourself, the way you think about yourself. Like when you speak, people should like believe you in the fact that you believe in yourself. And that's very powerful because, again, I put many episodes where like a lot of people don't believe in themselves. They have a lot of self-doubt, talk negative about themselves, and that's just not going to do anyone any justice. Not that individual that's talking negative or anyone else around him that's talking negative. He talks about he says, like, if I'm not experiencing like the good energy, the positive energy, the belief in myself, good things, if I'm not actually experiencing that, like, I can't give it to you. Like, you can't fake the funk. Like, there's other things where you can fake it till you make it kind of thing, but this is not one of those things, like, because people can feel it. It's the energy that you're giving off that people can feel. Like, no, you're down and out, you're depressed, you're feeling low, you're in a negative state, versus like people know you're smiling, laughing, having a good time, good energy. Like, people feel that, like, without even saying anything, they can feel that vibe coming off you. He says that you got to physically experience it to really believe it. And he says the more you believe in yourself, the more you can transfer to other people. And I love that. Like, I love that. Like, because like for me in my school, my academy in jiu-jitsu, like, I believe in myself. Like, my coach, Bruno Bassos, I like the fact that he says, he bets on himself. Like, if he's going to be a betting man between him and some other person, like in a tournament, he's going to put money on himself. He doesn't really gamble, but it's just the idea, like, the fact that, like, if I had to, I'm going to put money on myself because I believe in me. And I love that because I do too. Like, I just competed the other day. Like, I compete a lot. You have to believe in yourself. There's always going to be doubts and nerves and excitement and, just certain feelings that you get when you go compete. But at the end of the day, like, I know I have a skill set. I know I have good jiu-jitsu, like really good jiu-jitsu. Like, I believe in my jiu-jitsu. I believe that I can go out there and if I can really just, do my absolute best and just let it fly, like let the jiu-jitsu flow like it's supposed to, I can beat just about anyone, but like my students, by like competing this past weekend and winning, like that should be belief, like also like, hey, look, like my coach is doing it, like I can do it too. Like, this is the stuff that he's teaching, he's using in tournaments, what he's teaching us. And like, if I just apply what he's teaching, I'll be able to do that too. And actually, I had some students go out and win this past weekend in different tournaments. So that's really good. So, but you have to believe it in yourself. Like, if I don't believe in the fact that I can win, I'm probably not going to win. And if I'm not able to produce that kind of energy, like my students aren't going to believe me either. But because I do win and I do believe in myself and I do produce good results, like my students can feed off of that. They can feed off that energy and be like, hey, you know what? you know, I can do that also, and I want to do that, and they will do that. So it's a mindset thing. That's why I love this stuff so much. So Ed Milet was talking about this study or whatever. He was talking about bees, how they pollinate flowers. Like, how do they decide to which flower to pollinate? Like, there's a bunch of flowers everywhere, and he says the study shows like bees will pollinate a flower based off the energy that it gives off. The more energy a flower gives off, the more it's going to attract bees and then pollinate, and all the good stuff happens, right? So he goes on to say, like, if you want more people, like, to pollinate your life, your business, your relationships, clients, employees, students support you, you have to give off that good energy, that good vibe. If not, basically the bees, the people will pass by you and go and do that somewhere else. Because like you said, they're going to pollinate. The bees are going to pollinate. The people are going to buy things. They're going to do things. They want to be around other things, other people. It just won't be you, because you're not giving off the good vibes, the good energy. So people want to pollinate. They want to spend money. They want to do things, whatever. They're going to spend it somewhere, somehow. It's just, should it be you, because of the energy and the things that you're trying to help people with and give people, or you're not doing those things and they'll pass you by, man. Like I felt that, like I love that, like that's it. Like, that's the purpose of these episodes, is just to just put out good content, like just good vibes, and avoid the like how it all started, like a little over a year ago or whatever, with after during the COVID thing. You just saw a lot of jiu-jitsu black belts or whatever, just kind of hating on each other, kind of thing, and like bashing each other. A lot of trash talking still happens, but I got tired of that. Like, dude, that's like horrible vibe. Like, that's not good energy for the jiu-jitsu community. That's not good energy for anyone. And there's a lot of powerful individuals out there with really good big influences, and they're just like killing the vibe. I go open up my news feed, Instagram, Facebook, and it's just pure trash talking, when it should be about respect, because we're martial artists and we do jiu-jitsu. So that's what this stuff goes along with here. So he just goes on to say, when people get around you, they need to feel something special. They need to like feel where you're going, or know where you're going. They can feel the cause, the mission, like there's something big happening. And I like the fact that this last one he said was they need to be around, like, feel the fact that you have a big dream, like a dream so big that their dreams can fit into yours. Like, basically, like, hey, if I come around this person, this person's doing so many great things, like they can help me do great things in my life and everything else. So that's basically my engine, which is jiu-jitsu, to reach out to other people, is to help people with that. Like, I've made my post the other day on my personal page, was like, I've helped a lot of people believe in themselves. There's a lot of people that come into jiu-jitsu that don't really believe in themselves, or they can go out and do certain things or win a tournament. And again, because I'm able to do that, I have done it, so many times, and I talk about mindset and believing in yourself and these kind of things, that certain individuals do start to believe in themselves. When they didn't, the doubt starts to go away, and they go out there and accomplish big things. And we have helped them with that. Me, my academy, my students, the atmosphere. It's that vibe of like, hey, this is a winning place, and we can take this energy and go win for ourselves also, because that's what they do here. And it's also not just tournaments. Like I said, I've talked about helping people with their credit, getting their credit scores up, their finances, just getting other things in life in order. Because when, like, all my students, if all of their lives are in order, where it should be, then we all win, But there's been a lot of students in the past where, like, their lives aren't in order, kind of just self-inflicted wounds, or just bad decision making financially. They got to quit jiu-jitsu. Things are just going haywire. Things are just a mess, because they're not living in a very fruitful place. And so that's why I talk about the things that I talk about on my mat chats at the end of class, or these things here, because it's trying to get everyone on that same page of like, hey, look, if your finances are in order, because that's a huge thing. Because if your finances in order, then most people's lives that don't have good finances in order, their life is a wreck. They're in trouble because they're just always behind, and they got bills and people calling them, or they're just always in the hole, and that's a lot of like stress. Their health, the people's health aren't in the best where it should be. I try to help people with that, because if you're in good health, mentally and physically, you're gonna just do good things. But if you're not healthy, and you're not healthy physically, you're eating a lot of poor foods, on a daily basis, and you're kind of in a bad place mentally, and you're talking negative all the time, like you're just not gonna do fruitful things. You're not gonna just put out good energy, and you're just not gonna do what you should do, And so, again, it's not just jujitsu. So if your finances are in order, your mind's in a good place, your body's in a good place, you're eating good foods, you're just doing good things. Everything else just kind of falls into place, So this message, transfer of energy, the whole bee thing pollinates flowers that give off the most energy. Like I said, I love that. And the whole thing is like Ed Milet says in these videos, this is just free information. He's like, I don't charge for this. I just put out a lot of good content because I'm just trying to help the world be a better place. And that's kind of like where I got a lot of this stuff from, because again, in jiu-jitsu, it's not a good place everywhere, because a lot of negative stuff that's being put out, trash talking and stuff like that. And that's not what I want to see. That's not what I want. It's not good for our community. It's not good for our, for jiu-jitsu practitioners to continue to see that, because that stuff will grow. And I want the other stuff to grow, which is the good things. Unfortunately, people love negative stuff, like you can put out stuff like this and this stuff won't go viral. But like if I don't know, just all the negative stuff just flies like super fast, It's just what it is. You just go on the news and like there's a good story, good feeling story. It doesn't really travel as fast as something where something bad happened. It's just what it is, just good stuff. Miss Piggy, what's going on? Hope you're feeling good out there. Yeah, exactly. She says, how you make someone feel when they leave your presence defines your character and the person you are. And again, no one's perfect, but if you're self-aware that, hey, look, I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to do good things for people. I had a good conversation. I think it was Friday. It was like about an hour or so. Someone I haven't talked to in a while. But that's just what I was trying to tell them. Like, yeah, I'm a tough coach. Like one of my students made a comment the other day, like, it's like a lot of tough love kind of thing. And the reason why is because like, it's so easy to quit. It's just so easy to quit. I've been doing this stuff, teaching, for over 14 years. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for over 25 years or something like that. And when things get tough, people quit. It's just what it is. So my job is like not to let those people quit. But that's where the fight comes in at. That's where the conflict comes. Like the conflict is coming like, hey, I'm thinking I'm going to check out. I'm going to quit. I'm going to go do something else. I don't want to do this. It's getting kind of hard. And I'm like, man, look at all the progress you made. Look how far we've come, how far you've come. Let's stay with it. And it's like, lazy, mediocre tendencies come into play. And people are like, I think I just want to go back to that other life. And I'm like, you don't want to do that. Like, that's not a good place to be. And my job is like, I guess I don't know if the word is like I care too much, but it's like I care to the point where like I don't want to see people do that. So it is what it is. It's always a struggle to keep people on the mat, and people eating healthy, and people working out and running and eating and good things and listening to good things. I say these things all the time. It's just what it is. It's who I am as a person, and it's what I want. It's what I want around me. So that's why I do it. But that's not for everyone. Not everyone wants to hear, mat chats after class about life and their finances and their credit scores, and they just want to be left alone. Then they should just go find another school, because that's not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to just stop who I am as a person to try to help as many people as I can. Because a couple people just don't want to hear, some good stuff, So anyways, I got to pack up, get ready to head up to the academy, get some training in. check on the 1030 class here and see how things are going. But again, transfer of energy, pollination, like you want good things to come your way. You got to have that good vibe about you and put out really good energy. It's great stuff. Like, it's pretty simple, but when I heard it, I'm like, man, this stuff needs to be out there like ASAP. So there it is. All right, guys, have a great day. Catch you on the next one. We'll see you.